Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. Tonight, Micah and I are working on John Deere Farm. We have just finished up selling some silage, and now we're going to bring everything back home and kind of clean up, take a look at where we are on the field status. Ryan, could you click that light on over there too? Thank you. And just to kind of see what is going on where and how our growth cycles are doing, how much fertilizer we need to put out there, because I think we do need to fertilize. Take a look at our crops. Still pretty early in the morning. I think we're still on. When did we plant all this stuff? Was this yesterday? Do you remember?
Yeah.
So it's had overnight to grow.
It's on its first growth stage, I could tell.
All right. This stuff, it doesn't even look like it's come up yet. So that's not even, hasn't even popped yet. So we are just in a waiting game right now, I guess.
I'm almost on the farm.
Sweet. How'd the mow go, Rue? Tractor work good? Perfect. Should probably change the oil this year. I don't think I did it last year. But we only mowed like 3 times last year. Such a dry year. All right, so yeah, go ahead and clean that up, and I'm gonna fast forward time slowly, like regular pace fast forward, until we get the first pop on the field, and then we'll do our next layer of fertilizer. Do you remember what kind of fertilizer we ran for the first stage? Was it just off the cedar?
Oh, yeah, I believe so.
Oh, look, there it is. We just hit it. All right, so we're ready. Let's see. Do we have a weeder? Weeder.
I don't see one in here.
Let's see how we're doing. Fruit types. No. 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 Growth fertilized. They're looking, all the fields look like stage 2.
That's not a...
So this next stage will be the last stage. What do we have as far as fertilizing equipment? Do you mind if I do it?
No, go right ahead.
No, I probably will
We
need
got liquid and
leekweed.
solid.
I wonder if that little tractor is going to be enough to pull that liquid. Do you think it probably could?
Oh,
could
yeah. Just put the weight on the front.
Turn on the front weight.
What's in this trailer here?
Gibson Les Paul, Ryan. Yeah. Well, you know, Stu, the lead guitar player, I think he used all kinds of different guitars. I think he primarily played Jacksons, though. And then Glenn Kaiser, the singer, used and the blues player. He used Gibson Les Pauls. He had a Les Paul with the like the 3 pickup setup, like a Black Beauty. And yeah, they both were really good guitar players, actually. Because Glenn would play leads also.
I didn't know he played lead. Really cool.
Huh?
So I didn't know he played lead. That's really cool.
Yep. Yeah, Glenn does the leads like on that the rain, 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 like all those leads are his. That he was actually in some kind of competition for Budweiser, like they were doing like a guitar off type competition, and he was like the second runner up for the nation. Like against guys like Eric Clapton and stuff like that. So he did pretty good. Like he did really good. Glenn Kaiser, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't know if I played
Blue, you know Res Band, right?
Me?
Yeah, Christian band from like the 80s.
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they were great guitar players. Kind of like blues rock, like really pretty heavy stuff, actually. They didn't ever get real popular like with like mainstream wise, because they're blues rock. But yeah, this is a pretty big. I could see, I see pickup trucks pulling stuff like this though too. I was
Not on
surprised.
the fields, right?
Yeah, I saw there was a pickup truck, like a heavier duty one, like with a dump head, like a Ford F-350, and he was pulling some of those ammonia trailers.
Oh, okay.
And they were actually using it on the field, single trailer. Now, I did also see a Case quad track pulling like a triple or four pull trailer unit. But I guess they use the ammonia to put nitrates back in the soil. I had asked on one of my videos what those did.
The pneumonia, huh?
Pneumonia. They use pneumonia to put the triple nitrates back in. All right, here we go. I think I should be okay for this field. This has got like 4,000 liters in it. But you never know. I would think with these fields being 100% and plowed and everything, I think we're going to get a huge yield. What do you think?
They're soybeans, right?
Yeah. I mean, we probably will have.
This is probably the biggest field I think I've ever used so far in this game, which is sad to say, but I think this is probably the biggest field I've ever. Yeah, I don't know how many trips it's going to take to empty this thing.
It's good. There's going to be a lot of soybeans, but still.
The thing is, we got more than just one field in soybeans. We got 3 fields with soybeans.
Yep, we're going to have a soybean extravaganza. And then we can try a different crop. We can do like wheat or something, which would be a nightmare because it's going to make like a trillion liters. A trillion liters. This is crazy how much, like, the fact that I haven't had to turn yet.
I know.
This is like real farming, actually. Maybe, I would think.
How much percentage of a fuel did you use, or liquid fertilizer?
7%.
7%. Okay.
Pardon me.
So I'm gonna guess 1, 2, 3, 6. I'd say 6 or 7 passes.
Yep. Good thing we have $125,000 because we're gonna need a lot of fertilizer. Oh crap!
Holy smokes!
Oh, that was real. That really just happened. I jackknifed the trailer, and yet had the horsepower to continue jackknifing it. Anyway, I'm playing my Epiphone tomorrow, which I'm excited about. I love my Epiphone. I got a big
What
old
is it?
355 hollow body, or semi-hollow body electric guitar. So, let's just say Beatles-esque.
Oh, okay.
How do I turn this on?
So when are you gonna do another guitar video?
Oh, man. I know. I don't know. Soon. Maybe. Okay. I have no idea. I need to do one. I've been wanting to do one. I don't know. Yeah, it takes time to set it up, and it's got to be quiet. And I could have done it today. I should have done it today, but it's like I wanted content for the channel as far as like this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Since I lost all those other videos. Because I think I have one left to post, and then I'm out. So I'm going to produce these overnight, and then I'll have something to upload tomorrow, and then I'll make it. Hopefully, this will be enough to carry us through the weekend.
Doesn't Mark or Ryan go to church with you?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Couldn't like one of the guys sit there and record you playing?
Oh, I didn't think about that. I'd feel weird, but
Why?
I don't know. Film me.
Film me.
Yeah, I'm bringing my own private camera crew in. Is that cool? They're just gonna focus on me. I think they do record it every week. I just don't. I've never seen them post a video, so I know they've got all kinds of like really cool quick camera equipment.
Now your services are on the internet, correct?
I don't know if we have televised services on the internet or not. I know we have like podcasts. They do podcasts of the sermon, but I don't.
But do they do the whole service?
I don't think so. It's an interesting thing. Like, I don't know.
Because our church does live services. They call it live. It's on live stream.
I don't know. I'll have to go some week because I know that they have like, I mean they play it out in the. We have a feed that they play out to a television out in the lobby. Because like if you have kids or whatever, and it's like we have like a cafeteria area in our lobby that seats probably about 150, 200 people.
Wow.
And so they will, sometimes people will go in there rather than going into the service if it's real full. Because there's a lot of times where the service, there's just, if you have a bigger family or something and you get there late, there's not enough seats. Everything's filled up. So people will go there and watch the television. We have a big screen TV that they put up there, and people watch from there sometimes. So I know that the band is played through there and stuff, but I don't. It's an interesting question. I don't know if they recorded or not. But I've thought about that. Like, hey, if I ever see a recording of us playing, I'll pop it up there. But
Or you could always just give a link, if you.
right, exactly. That way I have it. Like, hey, here's a link. But I haven't. I don't think we have that. I'd love that because then people could see, hey, the band sounds great. You know what I mean? So it's like I'd love for people to be able to hear it because it sounds really, really good. Tony's a great singer, and he just, all the girls are good singers, and the drummer's just amazing.
So, the Todd that I met, he doesn't go there?
No, he does the sound. He's our sound guy.
Oh, he does the sound, okay.
Yep. He is our sound engineer.
Well, he would know if you guys are broadcasting.
Yeah, I'll have to ask him, like, hey, do we record these? Like I said, I don't think we do.
But, if we don't, could you just record me? No.
Here's a camera. Get some footage.
Yeah. I'll buy you some fajitas.
That's I know this guy. Well, you know him. Hang on, let's see here. I just want to go back to your hobby store.
Oh, you like that hobby store?
Oh, I love it. We have such a dysfunctional hobby store.
So far those guys have been fantastic.
Yeah, they know. They're excited about what. Whenever I go up to the hobby store, it's like the guy doesn't know anything about anything, and it's like these. Like I just loathe the low-C buggies. I'd like to get them running at some point. I've got enough equipment that I could. Oops, come on, keep going. I have enough equipment that I actually could possibly get them running now. Like I could get a second buggy going. I have the radio. I've got the motor. I've got the ESC. I just don't have the gearing for it, and I don't know what the gear ratio is. So I've taken him up to Larry, and he's like, I don't know. And I'm like, well, I mean, don't you do this stuff? Like, this is your job.
No, he's like, my job is to sell these boxes,
right?
All around here.
Well, no, because he's got all these parts, but he only knows like the modern stuff. So like, these buggies are like 5 or 10 years old, and he's like, I don't, who knows? And I'm just like, well, somebody somewhere is going to be like, oh yeah, man, I remember those. Here, this is what you need. It's like that. The guys at your store are like that. They're just like, oh yeah, well, let's try this. They'll take it out of the packaging and try it, and like see if it works.
Yeah, like that's what the kid did with me in my DX6. I ended up getting that controller. It was a lot of money, but I just thought
It's a great
it
controller.
was easy to hold on to, and it would basically take care of any of my future needs.
Yep.
Even if I get a plane or anything. So.
Yep.
And so I was just like, well, why not? You know.
Yep. But they let you try. They let you try stuff out and see if it
Yeah,
works.
you pull it out of the box and let me hold on to it, make sure I could handle it.
Yep. Is that what you
Um,
steer with, like when you drive your truck?
Yep, it's just the right stick by itself. It is a little. It's a little. It's hard to be fine-tuned with it.
Yes.
Because it's such a long throw left and right for turning. So if you're turning one direction, it's hard to come back because it's such a far distance.
Oh, see, now with my truck, now I'm using a trigger controller now, like a regular racing controller. But I was using one of those. But because my truck didn't turn real well anyway, like it's a really slow turner, it didn't really matter because it didn't. Like even though it was a long deflection, it didn't really matter because it was it made such a little difference in how much the truck was turning anyway. But for the monster truck where you're going fast, I can see that be a little bit of a challenge to like try to keep it going straight and stuff.
I've hit like I said, I hit the same small tree in my yard 3 times. It's like out in the middle, right in the middle of the yard, and I hit it 3 times straight on. I was like, ugh.
Well, that's the rule of RC. If there's an object in the yard that you can hit, you're going to hit it. If it's there to be hit. I think I told you the story the one time. Curtis gave me this really cool F-22 Raptor. Maybe like 2 feet long and like 1.5 feet wide. Fully functional EDF jet. And it flies for 3 or 4 minutes. I flew it like 4 times, and it was a handful. It was definitely, like, if you slowed down at all, it would stall.
Ooh.
And it was nasty when it stalled. It was not like a good stall. It was like airplane starts to twist left, falls, starts flipping around.
Oh, so it's just like the real thing.
Yeah, like it's a hard recovery if you go into a stall. And so I was flying. The last time I ever flew it, I was out in this huge field. And I whipped the thing up, let it go. It goes flying up, and I took off, got maybe about 80 or 90 feet into the air and about maybe 300 feet away. And I cut back on the throttle just a little bit because I thought that I had it going. Like, I'm like, it's good, it's going, I can slow it down, and start flying it. And I didn't have it going. And it stalled, and it flipped back around and came right at me. I punched back on the throttle, but it was too late, and the airplane went at about 60 miles an hour into the only road sign within like 2 miles.
Oh my.
There's nothing else there. No trees, no nothing. Just this one stupid road sign, and it was like, fwing! And the road sign was like vibrating, and the motor shot through the vents of the airplane in a million pieces out the front. Like all the blades came flying out.
Oh my God.
One of the blades was like stuck in the side of the fuselage. I was like, well, so much for that plane. And actually, I was able to. The plane didn't break up or anything. It got a nice big dent in it, but it was the destruction of the electronics that made it so I couldn't fly it again. Because without spending like $80 or $90, which is what the airplane cost, I couldn't replace the parts. So I was just like, forget it. It was really hard to fly. But it was a really cool little airplane, man. It looked good when it was going. It was like, like it booked. It was like 60 or 70 miles an hour. It was intimidating.
Oh man.
But
That's what scares me about the planes.
right. Well, they have a lot slower ones. Like I'm thinking like they've got that one that flies itself.
Slow, do they?
Huh?
They don't have hot air balloons slow, do they?
No. No. But they have that Timberwolf with the what do they call them? Like the leading edge slats, which slow the airplane way down. Like it flies at like 5 or 6 miles an hour. So you put down full flaps and you have these leading edge slats along the front of the wing, and that airplane just you can land that thing in like a 2 or 3 foot area if you're good, but you can do it. Like it's it makes it a lot easier to take off and land because you can slow it way down and just slowly float down onto the ground. Which
You probably could just kind of throw it and it gets going, right?
no, not with those flaps. It's going to have a tendency to nose down, so you need it under pretty decent power to take off. But you can take off in about 4 feet, so there's no reason to toss it because you just and it's off. You know, I'll have to show you a video of it. It's a pretty simple aircraft, but I would still say, you know, I mean, honestly, the little ones are the best ones to start with because they're cheaper and they tend to be, you know, a little bit easier to fly overall and a little more forgiving. They have that. There's that Champ. I think it's about $160, and it has that automatic mode where it'll if you press the button, it'll come back. Like it flies, it'll come back and fly a pattern over you until you press the button again.
What?
Yeah, so it's like all GPS. It's just like a drone. It has a return to home. It has an auto. If you hold the button down, like if you're lost, you just hold the button down, and the airplane will return to you, and then automatically land itself, like it remembers where you took off from. So
if I'm sitting there and I'm barely keeping this in control, and a cute girl walks by, I can just hit a button, and it'll look like I'm a professional pilot.
that's right.
Awesome.
It also has a range detect, so if it loses radio signal, it'll automatically come back. It'll turn around and come back to you.
Oh, I'm sold.
Yeah.
$100.
And actually, because you have the controller, well, you probably still have to get the one with the specialized controller.
Oh no, come on.
But I don't know if they have a BNF version of that one or not. They might, but you can use it with your radio. You'll have to talk to the guy at the hobby store he'll have to help you program it so that it has the safe mode enabled. But yeah, they bind to any radio, so you'd have to have set your, because that's what all those switches are on your radio.
Yeah.
You can switch that stuff on and off.
There's a ton on there too.
Yep. So, but
What
yeah,
I like is he helped me set my my controller that I can turn it in training mode or just have it right full.
Yep.
Just
Yep.
with one switch.
Yep. Yeah, same idea with that one. It's called the Hobby Zone Champ S, I believe is what it's called.
Hmm.
And it's $169. But I don't know if they have a bind and fly version. It'll be cheaper because that means it doesn't have the radio. That probably would save like $20 or $30 off the price. And it's a little bit. You remember those airplanes that I bought?
Yeah.
It's just a hair larger than the Cessna.
Okay.
And it has the same controls as the Cessna. It just has a better, safety system built into it. I really recommend that as a way to learn because they're slow, they're easy to fly, and it has all the return features.
Yeah, that's nice. You start to lose it.
Yep.
The button.
Yep.
And it'll just come back.
It comes back.
Pretty girl comes by, hit the button. You can sit there and just talk to her and act like you're flying it. No.
Check out how good I am.
I'm not even looking at. I'm just looking at you.
So I'm just looking at you. I don't even have to look anymore. That's how good I am. The airplane's like, oh, I forgot to press the button. The Great Flyer button. But yeah,
it's too bad I didn't know about this. I could have went to college with it and gave it to my blind friend. That would have been hilarious.
Look, he's flying.
He's blind.
Look, hey, bring it in, Charlie.
How does he do that? He does it by sound. He just listens for it.
Like people totally believe it too. Yeah. Wow. That's horrible.
Hey, I know I would.
Sucker. I'm at 50% here.
Do you want to fill it before you leave?
Yeah, what we'll do is we'll go. I will finish this run, and then let me finish the field, and then we'll fill it up. And then
you have to come out this way, don't you?
Yeah. Yep.
You have to stay here.
Can you check the market price on the silage? What are we at there? It's probably red, right?
Which one is silage?
I think it's the roll.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Yeah, it's red. It's 665.
Oh. Yeah, we killed the market. I didn't think it would go that bad, man. It went from like we might want to rent a larger trailer to to get a bigger load down there.
Now your one place sells it. I think the sell point you put in to 150%.
Yeah,
It's at 898.
that's still pretty low though, isn't it?
I mean, it's green.
I think we were at like over at like 1,500 when we started.
But it says it's going up.
Yeah, we'll hang out and see what happens.
That can't be the silage. The barn. Yeah. BGA, yeah, the BGA. It's on its way up though. It's green on the way. It's on the arrow is green, so it's
Okay.
going up as we're playing.
Yeah, because we haven't delivered it. We let some time pass. That'll fix it.
So let's see. What field are you going to do next?
We should probably do the little radish field or whatever. The soil,
Radish,
the sugar
okay.
beets.
And that's up high, right?
Yeah, it's up by the cows. Moo.
Okay, tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the truck and the trailer there,
Okay.
park it, and I'll go grab the yellow trailer, fill it with silage, and take it over to the BG plant and just let it sit.
Okay.
Because we got to let this stuff grow before we're going to use the trailer anyway, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Yeah, that should be fine.
Yeah, I'll go leave this truck over there.
We'll dump a load before we go in the morning.
Oh!
What happened?
I just lost a liquid fertilizer.
No!
We're tied down.
I mean, I can fill from there. It'll eat it all.
Yep. I'm sure it will. I got to go easy.
Slow down there, Micah. It's so weird having. It's been like 2 weeks of the kids being here nonstop. So it's so.
And now they're gone.
It's so quiet. I keep like thinking I'm hearing kids saying, "Yeah, Dad," you know, like. They've been really good this week, though. I've been pretty happy. There hasn't been a whole lot of. There've been a little yelling here and there, but for the most part, they've been pretty good kids.
Yeah, they're gone. That's gonna happen.
Yeah, right. I'm thankful. God bless me with some good kids. The older ones have been a big help too. They've been doing their chores and stuff. And when I was sick, Evelyn's like the super caretaker. She's like, "Would you like some ice water, Dad?" I'm like,
Oh, that's sweet.
I'm like, "Yes." She's like, "Would you like me to rub your shoulders?" I'm like, "Yes."
Yeah, how old is she?
9.
Yeah, in about 6 years, you're like, what do you want?
I know. Yeah. Can I borrow the car? No. No, they're good. I think they'll be good. You know, Mark and Ryan were pretty easy as teenagers. I don't know though. I've never had teenage girls. We'll see how it goes. They've already
Should
got.
be interesting, if anything.
They've already got some teenage attitude, but it's not terrible.
Now, Evelyn's the one who's like the mom, right? She's always
Yep.
bossing you around.
Yes, absolutely. Like, no, Dad, you can't do that. What do you mean I can't do that? Because it's not good for you. You can't do that. I'm like, oh, all right.
All right.
Dad, you said you were going to do this. Oh, all right. Just can't get away from it. She's the boss. Yeah, this thing used up a lot. I'm surprised at how long that took. It's like a 20-minute field, man. How long do you think it takes them in real life to do a field?
You know, I don't know. I've been watching the farming channel lately, agricultural news channel,
Okay.
and they were talking about oh God, what they call it. Oh, I can't remember the name, but it's like basically weed seeds. stay in the field. And they were talking about out of every acre, uh, there's so many seeds that are just still in the ground, and it doesn't matter. So basically, what they were saying is there are certain weeds that don't germinate for years,
Whoa.
and the seeds just stay in the ground. And they said the scientists have found that a mustard seed that was 600 years old, they germinated and it grew. And so some of the seeds only last a year, some will last 10 years in the ground, and some could sit there for 50 years, up to 50 years in the ground,
Oh my
and not
gosh.
germinate. So I forget what kind of weed they called it, but they were just discussing, what they can do about it. Like one guy was saying, I wish they would all germinate at once. That way we could get rid of them. And one guy was like, I hope they don't, all germinate at once. But it just makes you realize, like everybody always talks how fragile the earth is. But, even if you burnt a forest down to or burnt a field up, there's still seeds under the ground that haven't even germinated.
Well, that's
That
great.
will
Well, and
grow
the other thing
back.
too is with that, it seems like fire a lot of times isn't
It's a good thing for the field.
yeah, it's a catalyst for growth. Like nothing like a good fire to start growth. But it is. That's like in nature a lot, especially like in coniferous forests. They rely on fire to actually. The trees rely on the fire to make the seeds.
Mm-hmm.
So like the seeds won't do anything until there's a forest fire. That's why when they stop the fires, a lot of times it actually is not necessarily good for the forest. If they let it burn its natural course, it'll actually kind of renew the whole forest. But it burns people's houses down and stuff.
Yeah, they had like the weed of the week and
The weed of the
some
weed.
other things. Like they were really talking about how you need to fertilize at different stages. You just like they were talking about how corn, when it grows, when corn finally hits like a third stage, it has soaked up 100% of the fertilizer out of the ground.
Oh wow!
And in order to get it to the fourth stage, you need to put down another layer of fertilizer to increase your yield.
Wow!
So they're saying don't put all your fertilizer down at once because that corn's just going to suck it all up by the third stage or something. Save a bit for the fourth stage.
Huh? I did not know that. That's funny.
Either did I.
Save some fertilizer. So they do fertilize more than once. Interesting.
But then again, I'm sitting here thinking, well, these guys are, I don't know, maybe they're just throwing me a line because they want to sell more fertilizer. So
Oh.
I don't know.
Probably part of it.
And they're talking about how the farmers, for instance, the last out in the plains, they lost quite a bit of cattle from the snow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I guess quite a few cows died from the winter. Which we never hear about that. We just our ground beef has gone up gone up again and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
true. Probably most of it comes from out there, doesn't it?
Well, I hope so. I hope it's our meat.
So it's called the Farming Channel?
I'm trying to think. It was. Let me look here a sec. Just gotta. Gotta turn the TV on. It's a country music station during the day,
Oh, that's funny.
and then in the evenings and early morning, it's the farm station.
The farm station.
Okay, it's let's see. On my TV, the station is called RFD TV. Yeah, RFD TV.
Huh. Interesting.
So I'm thinking Red Farm. I don't know. or Real Farm.
Real
I don't know what
Farms.
the district. I don't
Digital
know what the D
television.
stands for. It could be Real Farm Digital TV. I don't know. That's the name of the station.
That's pretty cool.
I didn't know if you were hungry.
Well, thank you, Ryan.
I figured if I was going to eat, you should probably
Yeah,
wanna eat
for sure. Thank you. Just get that over. Whoa. Ryan's moving stuff around my desk. I'm going to take a station break here for a moment, folks. We will be back in just a minute. Sorry about that, folks. Ryan brought me a surprise dinner. I did not know he was making dinner. He said, hey, you want some dinner? Here you go. So I paused. Micah continued to spray the fields and has now moved on to other greener pastures. Do you want me to... What I'll do is go ahead and... which one are you on now?
I'm heading up to 31.
31.
It's the next biggest one.
The next biggest one.
Do you want to take over or?
No, man, do it.
Okay.
I'll bring the... I'm going to drop this off at the BGA, and then I'll bring the pickup on up. And we can continue our fun. So what were we talking about? I don't remember. Base 10, decimal system,
Yeah.
how it's better.
Well, you just have to think less.
Yeah, right. However, distances will still be a difficult thing because it's like when somebody's like, it's 50 kilometers away. I'm like, well, is that far?
Just because probably we're not used to it.
Right, because you don't know. I mean, if you get used to it, like, it's actually not very far. It's like, wow, that's less than 50 miles. That's the one thing I don't know that you can change because we've grown up. And I think that's where it'll be difficult. We've grown up knowing, oh, well, that's 50 miles away. Well, how far is 50 miles? Well, it's pretty far. How far is 50 kilometers? Oh,
I have no idea.
probably about half that. Yeah, like 29 miles or something. 30 some miles. I don't know. But that's where it's going to come in to be a little bit more difficult because we didn't grow up with those kind of numbers. So it's like, I don't know. But I really went the wrong way. Ugh.
Yeah, you're up on the top, right?
Yeah, I'm headed. Now I've got it sorted out, but I came to that ridge and I had to get down on the lower level, and now I'm realizing I might still need to get back up on the ridge to get to the... Oh. Whoa, excuse me, Bert. This is one area of the map I wish that there was more access to, like directly. And he hasn't really done much more with this map. He had a version 3 out for like a day, and there must have been some kind of bug or something because he pulled it, and then he never re-released it. He just went on to Heartland. So, and I think since then he's had a couple more maps since then.
He probably didn't want to redo all the roads and.
Yeah, I think it's time to just, when you get to that in depth, you probably just go, oh, next map. I still haven't seen a new version of the Alps yet. I want an Alps map so bad. I should probably just do it myself in the winter.
Yeah, you and Jared ought to work together on that.
Yep. Jared, here's the map that I want. Should I leave the big John Deere at the biogas plant? We probably don't need it, do we?
I don't think so. Not the harvest.
No,
right?
'cause, yeah.
we just need that trailer.
Well, when we go to harvest, we'll bring the big one back with the trailer.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know if prices went up at all yet.
We'll probably have to wait 24 hours for them to really get back to where they need to be for us to actually make some money.
These fields are huge.
Yeah, and I think the one by the farm I think is the largest, but they're still, these are going to be good fields for Big Bud. Big farming in general.
You know, I'm sitting here In order for me to do this, I have to be in the sky view, third person.
Right.
And I'm sitting there just thinking, how do these farmers do this?
I don't know. Well, they use the
real life?
GPS. A lot of them. You know what I'm saying? Like they use GPS, so they let the computer do it. But you know,
It is far enough away.
yeah, I guess in around here though, I don't see a lot of GPS tractors. I see some. When I was traveling around, I want to say, gosh, it was right before my allergy attack, so probably a week and a half ago. I had to drive down to the Columbus area, like Hebron, Ohio.
Yeah.
Hebron, James, and I went to. Wait, does this have the? Let's see here. And so when I was down there, I was looking at all the different farms and stuff going on, and I did pass a couple tractors using GPS. Like the farmer was just sitting there, hands off the wheel, like kind of relaxing, you know, letting the tractor do its thing.
Not like taking a nap like the Tesla drivers, right?
Right.
Well, I seen a case tractor that doesn't even have a cab on it on the internet.
Yeah. Yep. They posted that on our.
Totally an autonomous.
Yeah, that got posted on our forum. Yeah, that was or on the my Facebook page, Arthur's Gaming Channel. Just do a search for Arthur's Gaming Channel. And yeah, that was pretty cool. I thought anyway. I thought it was a pretty neat thing, you know.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Autonomous tractor. Is his nickname Otto? Hello, my name's Otto. But yeah, that was pretty cool stuff. The cabless tractor. I mean, really, they're at that point already, aren't they? Like technology-wise, where they pretty much can run themselves. It's just costly, but it saves worker money, I guess. I don't know. How much money do you spend on a worker helping you with your field?
Right.
But I suppose if you do it enough, I mean, you know.
There's got to be some good and bad. The good is, you know, you could set that thing up at 8 o'clock at night and go to bed, go home, go to bed. You get back and the field's done.
Right. Well, I think the guy probably still stays there and monitors it with a remote. So if something goes wrong, he has remote control over it. So I doubt they just let it go. But maybe, I don't know. You could probably sit back at the office and, you know, check it with your computer and see where it's at. Like at a
Just do what they do with dogs. Put that invisible fence things down, and when it gets too close, it just shocks.
Shot the tractor.
Too far. Too far. Turn around, go back.
Tractor zapper.
I'm telling you, when I drive my truck, there's a what kind of a dog is that? A boxer,
Oh, yeah.
and he wants my truck so
Oh,
bad.
yeah.
And of course, my dad's like, "Let's just drive it back." And I was like, "I don't want to drive back, tease that stinking dog."
Oh,
He's
he
like,
he
"Ah."
wants you to do it to tease the dog. That's horrible. Your
No,
dad.
he just doesn't want to carry it.
Ah.
So he's like, "Let's just drive it back." I'm like, "Okay." And that stinking dog, poor thing. He was you know, doing those high pitched barks like, "Let me at it, just let me have a bite," you know.
Oh, he'll get a bite and drive it into his head. Bonk. Yipe, yipe, yipe. Never come near it again.
And our neighbor across the street, he's got a Emax, and
Oh, cool.
his dog is part pit bull, and he goes, if he gets a hold of it, he'll rip it apart.
He'll tear the wheels off, yeah.
Yeah, and when I was driving it the one day in the front lawn, I could hear that dog barking and howling in the house. So I was like, "Oh,
Yeah, those Emaxes are really fast. I don't know. I don't know if I'd want something that quick though. I like the
I think mine is just fast. It's plenty fast."
yeah, I like the Scalers a lot better. They're just, you know, I've got that the Tamiya Blackfoot, and it's plenty fast. It only goes like 12 or 15 miles an hour, but it's plenty fast. It's got those. It's, you know, it's terrible suspension. It's big bouncy tractor, you know, it's or not tractor, monster truck, like just bouncing along on the ground, you know, but it's fun. Like that's what I like about it. It's kind of it's just clunky, and I like it.
Well, you know, I've watched some videos of the tanks on the internet, and I'm just a little disappointed because they don't seem like they can go anywhere. It's like they get
they get stuck. That's what I saw too. Like I was looking at them this year because I was interested in them, you know. And I'm like, they look like they get stuck on everything, even the good ones. Like they look like they just get stuck on everything. Those crawlers, though, I would still like to get a crawler.
That's going to be my next purchase.
Yep, I want the SCX-10 too. I don't know. We'll see. They just keep coming out with cool stuff. I really like the Toyota, like the what do they call those? The Hilux trucks. Like they have Mojave Hilux trucks, and then they have the Jeep Cherokee body, and I really like the Jeep one.
Me too. I love Jeep. Jeep Cherokee is my favorite Jeep.
Yep. Yeah, I used to have a Cherokee Classic, so I love it, like a real one. And that's the model that they have is 2 years newer than the one that I had. So mine had the matching bumper, and it also had the matching grill. It was like a forest green, and then it had the matching colors all the way around it. So the newer ones had black grills no matter what the color was. Mm-hmm. And that's the model that they've modeled for the SCX crawler is the newer one with the black grill. But mine had the matching stuff. It also had a much wider trim on it.
I was thinking about getting the Tellurider and just trying to change the body, but I don't know.
What was it called?
The Traxxas Telurunner?
No, that thing's terrible. Don't get it.
Oh, really?
Yep. Nope. They're horrible. The Telluride. It has horrible reviews. Like it burns itself out after like 2 or 3 uses. I watched a bunch of guys like reviewing it and trying it out, and it did not do well. So stay away from that one.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It's notoriously bad. Which is funny because most of their stuff is just incredible, but the Telluride for whatever reason is just junk. So. Was it? I think it was Jang that was trying it out. Same guy that did the crash test I told you about, where he figures out how to break the trucks.
Okay.
Like just so you know, like if you do this, it will break. And same thing with that. He's trying to run it around full speed, but it did okay. But if you try to slow it down at all, it'll actually overheat and burn the ESC out. So if you don't run it at full or almost full speed, it'll burn itself out. So yeah,
that doesn't make sense.
I know that's what everybody on the forums is like. This thing burns itself out after like a week of use. It's some kind of design flaw that they did with the system. It just doesn't work right. So, no, you're much better off. If you're gonna go for like a scale type crawler, the axial stuff is way better. That's where their strong suit is. And they also have, I'm trying to think who else makes good. I mean, Tamiya, but Tamiya you have to build it. You're going to build it yourself if you're doing the Tamiya stuff. So you have to paint it. You have to do all that kind of stuff. But
I just wish I didn't have to paint it.
Yeah, so that's why you want to do the axial stuff because they're the best at the crawling, and they have a lot of cool ready to run stuff. So you just buy the truck the way it is.
I wouldn't mind putting it together mechanically. It's just the painting.
Yeah, the painting is and the body it's a pain because you have to do an RC truck. It comes with that Lexan body, and it doesn't have any. There's no how to explain this. It's not even cut out. Like you have to get special scissors.
I bought those.
And okay, so you know what I'm talking about. You have to cut the wheel wells out. You got to cut the bumpers out. And you got to cut the whole thing out, and actually you're supposed to paint it first, so you paint it first. But before you paint it, you have to peel the inside layer out, and then wash it out and let it dry overnight, and then you have to put the window. They have window masks that they give you. Mm-hmm. You have to put in all the window masks so that you don't paint over the windows, and then you spray paint the inside of it. You don't spray the outside; you spray the inside. That way, if you hit something, it doesn't chip the paint off. So, and it makes it look shiny like a real car. So the truck actually gets sprayed from the inside out. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
So you spray paint the inside.
Why can't real cars be like that, right?
I know. We'll get it's the clear coat, right? And then what you do is after you've done that, you let it dry, and then you spray a black coat underneath that to actually make it so it's not see-through. Because if you do just the color, you'll actually see through. Like I'm sure you noticed with the Bigfoot truck, if it's sunny out, you can actually see through the body. Do you ever see that? Like when you hold it up to the light, like you see through the plastic. On the models that you build, like the scale models, people put a second coat of black paint underneath the regular paint. And what that does is it makes it so it's not see-through any longer.
Okay.
And then you take the window masks out and you do a third coat of like tinting the windows. You do like black, but you do just like a really light spray so that you tint the windows a little bit. So it's a long process. You know what I mean? There's a trick to it, and you don't. It's really hard to put those bodies together, but they're worth it when they're done. Like my little Unimog looks really cool, but it was a long process to paint it. So, is that the last field, or you still have the last one over in the corner?
Well, still one more.
Okay, I'll follow you over when you're. Go ahead and load it up, and then I'll. But yeah, it's fun for sure. Like there's a sense of pride when you get the truck done. Oh, and also another thing to know, if you're doing the SCX10 and you want the Jeep kit, if you buy the one that's ready to run, it does not have all the stuff that the one that is a kit has. So the kit one has like a couple upgrades in the construction of the vehicle, and the kit one also has extra details for the body. So it has like a roof rack, and it has a tire rack for the back, and then it has like the door handles. On the ready to run version, the door handles are just stickers, but on the build one, it actually has plastic door handles that go onto the body. So there's some extra detail that comes with the self build kit.
Well, my friend said that he's got a buddy that oh gosh, what do you call it? He does the spray painting with like a little air tool.
Yeah.
Airbrushing. And so I think I might ask and see if he can, when I go to do my crawler, see if he'll just airbrush my that body for
Yep.
me.
Now he'll have to still use the same paints though, because
Right.
they have special paint for those Lexan bodies.
Mm-hmm.
If you use regular paint, it'll crack.
Right.
So you have to use like Lexan body paint. So he'll still have to use the spray can, but if he knows how to use them, he'll be fine. So it's more the matter of just cutting it out and getting it masked off and stuff. That's where the paint is. The painting's fun. I like doing the paint part. I'll put like strips of tape in there. Like I have like a striping tape, so it's real thin, and I actually make like stripes on my cars and stuff, so that they have like like it'll be like I'll do a coat of like say I want the car to be red and white. I'll lay down the red paint so the whole truck is red except for where those strips are. Then I pull the strips out, and then I'll put a coating of white so that's white, and then I put the black on top underneath that. So you'll have you'll have a black,
cool.
yeah, you'll have like a red car with white.
Well, when I buy my paints and stuff, I'll just put it in a box and mail it to
you, right? All right, fine, I could do it. I'll do it. I did Chaw's truck. She has it's a cherry blossom pink with white stripes, and it came out pretty cool. That can be viewed on my channel for those of you that don't know. I do have a video detailing Evelyn's truck running around in my yard, and you can see the stripes and everything. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, have a great night. I hope you guys have been enjoying this series here in small town USA on John Deere Farm. We are almost done fertilizing our crops, and the next thing to do will be to harvest. So anyway, have a great night. Be sure to subscribe. We will see you on the farm. Micah, say good night.
Good night, guys.
We'll
Thanks
see you
for
next
watching.
time. Yeah, man. We're glad to have you, Micah. See you guys.